Hi, I am Rosalind Yukich. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome. I talk about a lot of different kinds of things on this channel. I do cleaning and organizing inspiration. I talk about homeschooling and keto, and I also do Bible journaling videos as well. And so there's a lot of different kinds of things here you will find. So you might want to go check out some of my other content to see if maybe something will really catch your fancy. Today, I want to talk about a change that I'm making in my homeschool already. We are not even a full month in yet, and I'm already making some changes. But here's the thing is I was starting to really feel like school was becoming more like school at home and not homeschooling, where, you know, we were just doing a lot of book learning, we were getting our assignments done, and that was it. And there wasn't a lot of time to do fun things like games and documentaries and, including art that had to do with what we were talking about. And so I decided that I would try something totally different than what I have done before. And so here is what I am trying. So I printed out my schedule and I'm doing blocks. And here's what I came up with. So I know there's a lot of different ways to do block scheduling, and everyone's is kind of a little bit different. And so I wanted to share what we are doing. And so my kids, as I talked about in an earlier video, my kids get up about 7 o'clock. And then I give them, kind of a half an hour to sort of, get themselves, about 15 minutes, maybe not a half an hour, but 15 minutes to sort of get up, get themselves dressed. We come to the table and we do a read aloud, and then we read the Bible together. And then we get, breakfast put away, they get their teeth brushed and all that, back to the table. And then we do our Bible lesson, which is different than just reading the Bible. The reading the Bible, for me, is more about giving them an opportunity to practice reading the Bible out loud, to sort of build that reading fluency. And so then we do our Bible lesson, which is the character studies, which I'll put a link in the description below for you to find those character studies on my blog. And then we will do math. Math we do every single day. And so after that, we take a break, and then starts the blocks. And so what I decided to do is I blocked out three sections of the mid part of our day, starting at 10 o'clock. The mid part of our day, where we do one subject a day. So Mondays and Wednesdays, we are doing a mixture of language arts, spelling, writing, and including Croatian in that. They're really still at the stage where I can teach Croatian parallel. For those of you who don't know, we are a bilingual home. I'm an American living in Croatia. My husband is Croatian, and so my children are bilingual, and I feel it's really important for them to really learn grammar in both languages. And so they're still really at that stage where they can learn parallel Croatian and English together. And so in that 3-block period, we will sort of hit all of that: a little grammar, a little writing, a little spelling, and some of that we can do together. Where even though I have one in 3rd and one in 5th grade, when we're talking about parts of speech like nouns and verbs and things like that, they've both sort of already learned that a little bit. And so we can still do like a joint class on that, and then break off when they're both doing sort of like their own lessons, on their, at their own level. On Tuesdays, we're going to do science. It's going to be all science. And so what happened, I alluded to this a little bit in my last homeschool video when I talked about our schedule versus routine. I alluded to the fact that there was a little drama around the science. And so what happened is last year, I completely misunderstood how our curriculum functions. We are doing Answers in Genesis. And last year we started with God's Design for Life. And we had the one workbook with the human body. What I didn't realize is that I knew there were 2 other workbooks in that series, but I thought you did one workbook a year. And then when I sat down and started to think about it, I was like, wow, it's going to take forever to get through this curriculum. And that's when I contacted my sister, who gave us the material, and asked her, is this material for like, one workbook a year, or do we do the whole God's Design for Life in 1 year? She's like, you do the whole God's Design for Life in 1 year. And I was like, great. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to catch up. And I do know that there is no behind in homeschool. You are where you are. And I totally ascribe to that thinking. But at the same time, I do feel sort of a need to make sure that my children get in the things that they need to get in. And so we are doing science every single day. The good news is that the lessons are short and we're still in the phase of introducing ideas. And so it's gonna, and I love and this was one of the reasons why I wanted to do the block scheduling, because I felt like we were racing through it and we weren't really absorbing it like we need to. And so it's totally easy to get 5 lessons in because we can do an entire unit. Like we just got through doing birds. And so we're moving on into, I think it's, water animals. So like, aquatic animals. So we can do that entire unit in one day. We can watch a documentary, we can do an art project. There's so many things that we can do with that, and we'll have a 3-block period to get all of that done. I'm so excited about that. And so that's all science. And then Thursdays, we are doing history. Now, typically we only do history 2 times a week. So again, this will give us an opportunity to get both lessons in, getting our map work done. So for geography, so history, geography. And then we will have that extra hour to do an art project or a cooking project or a documentary or, something, maybe acting out the story and, some way doing that. And so then again, we're sort of reinforcing that. And then on Fridays, spend the first hour, the first block, doing a review. What did we learn this week in English, in Croatian, in history, in science? What did we learn this week? And then the other 2 blocks are for the 20% day. Now, if you don't know what the 20% day is, I have a video on that. And so the 20% day is, in short, you want to go watch that whole video though. In short, it is an opportunity for my kids to pick something that they want to learn. So it could be that they could take an art class, they can do a research project, they can grab one of these other subjects that we're learning and they can do some extra lessons in that. They can read, in their book, they can do, extra reading, whatever. So they can, it's an opportunity, or they can even play learning games. I have downloaded a lot of learning video games onto our devices. And so they can pick one of those and do a learning game. In short, it has to be something associated with school. It has to be a learning thing. It could be a whole different subject that they could learn, maybe another foreign language or something like that. And so it is an opportunity for them to pick a subject that they want to learn. And so we are getting everything in. I just think that we're getting it in a more quality way. And so I'm giving it a try. We'll see how it goes. This is going to be the first week. I have run this by my kids and asked them, would you guys like to try that? And they said yes. I am really hoping that this is going to help us to learn in a more efficient way, in a more quality way, also in a more fun way. It does sort of, I was able to take art out as a subject and put it in as a way to reinforce some of these other subjects that we're learning. So there'll be time to do art, and we could even do art more times in the week as a way to reinforce the things that we're learning. And so I hope that maybe this gives you maybe an idea, something to try. Have you tried block scheduling? How did you do your block scheduling? Because like I said, I know that there are different ways to do it. There's not just one way to do block scheduling. And so, one thing I forgot to say is once we're done with the blocks, so we have 3 blocks and we follow that up with reading. We're doing reading every single day and music every single day as well. So they have their books that they read. And then they both have their instruments that they're learning. Those things also get done every day. So every day is Bible. We start off with Bible and math, and then we end the day with reading and music. And so those things are things that we do 5 days a week. And so again, then the other subjects are sort of on a rotating basis on in blocks. So again, let me know in the comments, have you tried it? Did it work for you? Did your kids love it? Did you hate it? Did you find that it was more complicated or easier? I'm kind of looking forward to, I'm really hoping that it's going to make things a lot easier, a lot more streamlined and a lot more efficient. And, you know, I'm ever in search for the one thing that's going to sort of make things a little bit more efficient, a little bit more streamlined, and help us to get all of the things done that we need to get done, but not feel crammed and stressed out and like my kids are under pressure. And so let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for notifications. New videos do go up a few times a week, usually on a range of different topics. And I'll see you back here in another video next time.